Well, who can hear or go feel? But it's much deeper than that. Check this out. If you are held in a immigration detention center and then you are transferred from that immigration detention center to a federal detention center, that means you are in trouble with immigration and you are in trouble with the federal government. The feds has a 99.5 conviction rate. Keep that in mind as we go through this video. These are the people who are the most feared. About a 0.05% of people have ran into it with the feds and have been able to walk away scot-free. Beat them. 99.5% conviction rate. Now, let's talk about dancehall entertainer Squash. Squash is one of the more prominent, more popular new age dancehall entertainers. And of course, a lot has been attached to Squash's name over the years, many of which is unsavory to say the least. Now, we already know how the streets talk, and we already know how rumors spread, and we already know how social media is. The proof is what we're after. So dancehall artist Squash has been transferred to a federal detention center is the latest news. Shout out to Neil Virgo out of Urban Islands. So dancehall artist Squash seems to be no longer in U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement detention. ICE did hold on upon him. Remember his recent run-in with the law. As it was reported, Squash, whose given name is Andre Whitaker, was taken into custody by ICE in recent times. Now, him being taken into custody by ICE had a lot of people cheering, A lot of people was like, yes, deport him. You know, say from ICE, hold you. That means, say, a back of Jamaica, them a send you go. But a lot of people were wondering, how come ICE took him from the state jail and he has a issue that could be seen as a federal issue? Let's cut no corners. You get caught with a Glock with a switch in the United States of America, you are going to prison for it. They're not letting you walk away after they caught you with a Glock with a switch. So I was wondering how come they transferred him over to immigration customs already instead of holding him there at the state jail and then having the feds come deal with the case. Well, it looked like things got a bit scrambled, but it also looks like they are ironing things out. Maybe the information had not gotten to the feds yet from the state level, and when it finally did, the feds picked up the case. That's how it kind of works, right? So Andre Whitaker was taken into ICE custody by agents in Florida on the same day he was granted bail for his firearm possession arrest. A check on the official ICE website on Friday, March 14th showed that the dancehall artist is no longer in their database. Further checks revealed that Squash was transferred to a federal detention center in Broward County on Friday. Well, there's also rumors that he is also facing deportation to Jamaica. The Montego Bay DJ has not updated his social media accounts, and neither did his representatives release any statement. You know, when somebody get in trouble or get caught up or dies, it's kind of telling with the social media stuff. When the social media is frozen, it says a lot. Local law enforcement in Jamaica recently shared that they were on high alert for possible deportation of some residents allegedly worry that his presence could cause a flare-up of violence in St. James Police Division. However, the police say that they have safeguards in place to prevent any flare-ups in that area. In other words, the police in Jamaica await upon him. And they think that they have reason to believe that if Squash is deported to Jamaica, violence are going to kick up, right? And if the violence kick up, they're letting us know that they're ready for it and they have things in place to deal with it. It turns out that the artist might not be on the deportation list anymore. Maybe he's not on the deportation list now, but what it looks like, he is definitely on the feds list for a federal charge. Now, I went and looked up what are the penalties for getting caught with a Glock with a switch in the United States of America, and then I went and looked specifically in the state of Florida where Squash was caught with such. And the penalty is up to 10 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. You see, Florida is one of those states that love to give out time, you know? So you can fight if your money is long, but at the same time, you must remember that they love to give out time in the state of Florida. With DeSantis in place as well, they also love to deport. Especially under Florida's new immigration laws. So Squash has been hit with charges of possession of a short-barrel shotgun, a rifle, and possession of a machine gun. Possession of a concealed weapon. Now, as we broke down these charges in previous videos, somebody said to me, SouFLo, the man them full of gun till, boy, what them did ready for? Like them did ready for war, brother. I said it before and I'll say it again. I only wish Squash had just came to the US, stayed inside, played the inside of the house, chill out for a minute. Let your immigration status work out itself in the courts. Show them a case, say your life is in danger in Jamaica and you're better off here, and you're a progressive, productive citizen who has the potential to generate, or you do generate, a whole lot of cash, and you're a person of importance and a public figure. More than likely, without a criminal record, he would have gotten through with the U.S. immigration authorities under asylum, especially in the Donald Trump era. Donald Trump is a businessman. Let's see Vybz Kartel get back his visa, right? Right. Donald Trump is a businessman. They understand that Vybz Kartel is coming to the United States of America to generate a whole lot of cash. A whole lot of cash, which they will be able to get a slice of. So if Squash had presented himself as such and had stick to the plan and just stay out the way, he would have been good. But with this right here, in the same Donald Trump climate, where Donald Trump is itching for a reason to send every and anybody home. By the way, stay tuned for a story I have coming up about a young girl who is recovering from brain cancer, and ICE didn't give a frig about her status, her health status. They grabbed her and round up our family, and within no time drove them straight. They are in Mexico right now. So if they can deport a little girl who is suffering from brain cancer, what do you think they're going to do to you, big able-bodied man who is showing the potential for violence or for involvement in criminal activities? It's almost like a short deportation, you know. Now, the possession of concealed firearm, that one, he was concealing a firearm. To conceal a firearm in Florida, you need to be a citizen or you need to be a permanent resident. That is a green card holder. Yes, green card holders conceal firearms too legally. They are protected by the laws here as well, right? But when you're out of status like Squash is, because he has a case before the immigration courts. He is neither a green card holder or a citizen. He should not have been concealing a firearm. So that is one charge that is going to stick. In possession of a rifle, okay, we all carry guns, but again, he shouldn't have it on him. And then the machine gun, the feds want to know, right? Because these guns, modified to be machine guns, a Glock with a switch. Anybody who knows a Glock with a switch knows that you one press the trigger and it races out everything that's in the clip. So if you put an extended clip on it and you say you have 13 of the clip, you can actually race out the 30 like that. So imagine you getting into it with someone, right? And the person has a regular gun and they're shooting at you. Pop, 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 pop. Their gun can only fire as fast as they can pull the trigger. A Glock with a switch is super dangerous. Your enemy pulls up on you. Your enemy needs 2 seconds. Squeeze and go. You're getting about 30 shots in them 2 seconds. That is what makes it super dangerous. For Squash to be caught with that, I feel away for him, because with all the threats that been put out against him, I'm sure somewhere in his mind he was paranoid about his safety. And as we have explained before, if you have beef in Jamaica, please don't come to the state of Florida thinking you are getting away from your enemies. Florida is right next door to Jamaica, especially Miami, Fort Lauderdale area where Squash is located. He was arrested in Miami area, right? And the dramas that had happened before, to where an associate of his is now facing a murder charge, that was in the Fort Lauderdale area, which they're right beside each other. Matter of fact, for those of you who have never traveled before or are not from this part of the United States of America, even if you live here, let me explain it to you like this. When we take a flight, right, me and the family, we go to Jamaica very regularly. We fly out of Orlando, we fly out of Fort Lauderdale, we fly out of Miami International. When we travel from Miami International Airport into Jamaica, we are there literally before you can quint. Had a fast flight one time and was in Jamaica in 1 hour flat. 1 hour flat. By the time we put on seatbelt, plane take off, and I ordered a bottle of water. By the time I done drink the water and get comfortable in my seat, I heard we'll be getting ready to land in Norman Manley International Airport. Welcome to Kingston, Jamaica. I mean, I say, yo, that flight, yeah, fast. So your enemies in Jamaica are right there. Some of them come here illegally, running from persecution by the law in Jamaica. Some of them are here perfectly legally, but still in a badness. So again, if you're at war with somebody in Jamaica and you're actually really running from that so you can go find somewhere and live a better life, it better you find another state to go to. That's just a word of advice for anybody, because if you come here and you pick up all a Glock with a switch and you say, me keep this, you know, because any of me running at any of them pussy and me now make them kill me, you know. When you get caught by the law, you are going to face the consequences of it. So basically, you're just a come foreign for God prison then. I don't want to know what's inside of the U.S. prison system. I've been here pretty much my whole life. I have spent more years in the U.S. than I have spent in Jamaica, and I am a Jamaican. And me no want to know what inside of them prison system. Me see enough documentaries, enough videos. I have enough family members and enough close friends who have had that experience, been down, served time. Some served long, lengthy sentences. Me have deportees. We have friends and deportees that are close family members. Me not have to go through it myself. So according to the police report, around 10:58 p.m. on Monday, February 24th of 2025, Squash and the 24-year-old Zidane George Prescott was pulled over in a gray Mercedes-Benz sedan in the 100 block of 41st Street in Miami Beach for a traffic violation. We can cut that story short and get right into the meat of the matter, because the information was already released. We already know that the three-letter word people that you don't mess with, because they are in everything and they are everywhere, the F to the B to the I. They were conducting an investigation. They were scoping out somebody, following somebody, had somebody who they were building a case against, doing surveillance on, and lo and behold, that is the individual who Squash was associated with. According to them, they saw that individual hand a gun to Squash. So, the FBI radioed local police, tell local police, follow that vehicle, the Mercedes-Benz that Squash was riding in. According to that report, a bag of things went off. The person who was driving it, he's driving on a suspended license. Him have gun in there too. Him tell them say he don't mind them doing a search on the vehicle. Them search the vehicle. They claim that when they were pulling the vehicle over, them witness Squash pull the gun from something from his waistband and put it into the glove compartment. So as soon as the guy said, I don't mind you searching, they went straight to the glove box first. And it was the same thing that they saw the person who they had under surveillance hand to Squash. And it was the Glock with the switch, aka chip Glock. That's what we call it in Jamaica, the chipped Glock. So with that, he was arrested. With that, he went to a regular jail. With that, he was supposed to be picked up from the regular jail over to immigration holding. With that, he went from immigration holding and now he is in federal holding, federal facility. Ross boy, you know, it don't look good at all. It don't look good at all. This look like this is going to be a long drawn out thing, because if he's going to fight these charges, see, these are some of the things that could have happened, right? They could have wanted to deport him so bad that they could have said, listen, this guy is obviously somebody who's going to be in trouble in the U.S. Don't think these people are slow. They are looking at your record. They are looking at who you are associated with. They are looking at what your name has been involved in before. Una know say Squash name involved in all kind of something, whether they have proof of it or not. So, with that said, personally, I think Squash should have known that he would have been under surveillance already from the situation with, I believe the guy name was J-Man, his brethren who is facing the murder charge here. He should have known that they would have been on him as well. The feds are super patient, okay? It would take them years to put a case together on you, all right? And once them put that case together on you, then the rest is history. Now, a brethren of yours who is so close to you, pick up that murder charge and people put your name in it, say you were in it there as well, but you just never get catch. You don't think the feds are going to be looking and sneaking and snooping and trying to catch you? Come on, man. Common sense. Common sense. But look, it is what it is at this point. See? So now the feds want to know where you get that chip Glock from. What kind of connection you have to get the chip Glock. They actually want to know who's manufacturing these and get to the bottom of that, because you don't understand how them work, right? They can actually go through him. This is how DEA works. This is how the feds work. They always catch, no pun intended, the small fish first. When the small fish get caught, they squeeze the small fish as hard as possible. Now, once them squeeze the small fish, in a lot of cases, small fish lead them to a bigger fish. Bigger fish lead them to the whale. The whale them lead them to the biggest fishes in the sea. And now they're able to see where the corner boy who does nickel and dime crack dealing has led them to the guy who actually supplies an entire state with hundreds of kilos per month. is the same way how they'll be looking to find, are you attached to a avid gun runner, gun smuggler, gun dealer who is capable of modifying these guns and putting them out on our street? Please believe me when I tell you, a Glock with a switch, you get caught with that, it's not a simple charge. It's not a charge you just look upon and just say, alright, it's just like possession. You see, if he got caught with a regular gun, he probably would be on his way to Jamaica already if that's what they wanted to do. Because they could have easily said, listen, we're just going to go ahead and deport him, okay? No need spending taxpayers' money, have him fight this in court, incarcerate him, have him housed in some prison facility for years before we deport him. Let's just skip the gun charge, know that he was caught upon gun charges here, hit it as time served, add it to his out-of-status immigration status, send him packing out the country, bar him from coming back into the United States of America. But with a Glock with a switch, you're not getting barred. With a Glock with a switch, the feds picking up that case. People say that the police said that the undercover observed Squash being handed that Glock with the switch. That's going to be super hard to get out of. Super hard to beat. Right now, him just in a bag of quagmire. Him just in a bag of things where the only thing we can do is watch and see how this unfolds. Now, for the people who are hoping and wishing that he is deported to Jamaica right away, so he should be coming in at the end of this month, you might have to rest on that. Because as the way things are looking right now, Squash might end up having to rub a number of years in the United States of America federal facility, prisons, before he is, and no doubt about it, if he gets convicted in a federal prison because of this chip Glock and does time, it's straight deportation after that, no question asked. So we're just going to have to wait to see what this turns out to be. May I close this video? I'm going to close this video like this. My Jamaican brothers and sisters, when you come to the United States of America, this is the place where you can make magic happen. Lots of money run here. Lots of opportunities are here for those who want to take advantage of these opportunities. Please take my foolish advice. Come here, lay low, stay away from foolishness. If you end up in a community where there's a lot of Jamaicans in it, move. Especially if you're one of those people who you're into certain things, or the people who are around you are into certain things already. Move, go somewhere quiet, somewhere where them don't know which part you're there. Stay out of the frigate. This is not Jamaica. The law enforcement in the United States of America is, and this is no disrespect to my Jamaican law enforcement officials, the law enforcement officials in the United States of America are far more equipped, have way more personnel, and have way more technology involved. Therefore, more than likely, you're not going to get away with whatever foolishness it is you are aligned with. And sometimes, you're not even not do nothing. You just cross paths with the wrong people, and them in a trouble already, and them just draw you in. They have a thing in the United States of America called conspiracy. And you're guilty by association. And that's one of the hardest charges to beat. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. We'll stay close. For those of you who have hit the notification bell and you're saying you don't know why you're not being notified, because you hit the bell the wrong way, please go back to the notification bell on this channel. Instead of pressing it, just hover over it. You will see a drop down with 3 choices. Hit the choice that says send me all notifications. I'll catch you on the next video with SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.